The Amprex, one of my very first weapon when I was just starting Warframe. Without a doubt, this beam weapon is a killer in the past, especially when it's paired with Chroma. The double dipping on the elemental status of Chroma makes it insanely good, but as we all know, Chroma has been nerfed, and the damage output of that synergy right now is nothing compared to its past state. But since then, the Amprex received a huge buff, especially on its ammo economy, and there are a couple of things that have been added to the game that will make it viable in high-level missions without needing the damage buff of any Warframe. So, if you have a couple of minutes, let me tell you how amazing Amprex is, and how to mod it well so you can take it on high-level missions. So my usual mod setup for the Amprex are critical mods, damage, punch through, and a combination of two elemental mods which purely depends on the faction I'm facing. In this case, I'm using corrosive for this heavy gunners. As you can see, the Amprex can still melt this level 120 gunners really easy with my past mod setup. It has no problem killing these high level enemies at all. In fact, I didn't even drain one clip of ammo while killing these enemies. It's really a superior weapon right now, and when modded well, it's just an amazing weapon to use. When it comes to builds, there are a few mod setup that I enjoy using for this beam weapon. The demo you've seen earlier is using this mod setup. Now this is not really an 8-former build. I just have my Amprex former this high because I have tried a couple of builds, and I don't want to make another Amprex again, so basically, it has point strike and vital sense for the critical damage, infected clip and Stormbringer for the corrosive element, and Serration also for more damage. Now there are players confused about how does split chamber affects the Amprex. Some say that it adds an extra bullet or beam for this matter, but the thing is, split chamber is a straight up damage multiplier for continuous weapons like the Amprex. There's really no trick here, it just increase your damage, and we definitely want that on our Amprex. In addition, I have heavy caliber on this build. In my opinion, Amprex is one of those weapons that are built for heavy caliber. Heavy caliber's accuracy penalty is minimal on this weapon, while its damage boost is pretty strong, and that is why you see me wreck those level 120 corrupted heavy gunners easy. Last but not the least, I have shred on this build. Now, if you have primed shred, then the better your damage output will be. Some players do mod their Amprex with metal auger when they have no primed shred just yet, which is fine, but, in my case, I find shred much more beneficial for the Amprex. Metal auger gives you straight up punch through, and for those who doesn't know, punch through is a must for Amprex, as it allows it to hit multiple targets with its main beam. Each target hit with the main beam causes a separate set of chains damage to nearby enemies, causing this weapon to deal significantly more damage the more enemies you are able to hit. However, shred does give not only punch through but also fire rate. The damage of the Amprex does ramps up from 20% to 100% over 0.6 seconds when firing, so it would be wise to pour some fire rate on it to ramp up the damage much faster. The only downside is, it will consume ammo a lot faster, but not as fast as before. In some cases, hitting multiple enemies at one time may be difficult in practice due to the Amprex's short range, but that can be taken care by removing Stormbringer on our build, and replacing it with Sinister Reach. Now this mod is just optional, and you can use it or not. When it comes to facing Corpus, you can just replace Stormbringer with Hellfire to get that gas element. It's also good to have that innate electricity when facing Corpus as a sort of crowd control when it procs. Now, for the newest way to build Amprex, or somehow a versatile build, you can add Hunter Munitions on this mod setup. This mod is just perfect for the Amprex because 1, it's a continuous weapon, and 2, it has really high crit chance, which makes Hunter Munitions force proc/damage more often. Okay, let me give some other demo to show you how amazing Amprex is right now. Amprex is not only great in terms of dealing damage, but its usability is what makes it one of the most loved weapons of all Warframe players. Exterminate missions are really a breeze when using an Amprex, and this is my go-to weapon right now when it comes to Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. I usually pair Amprex with my Sarin as it works pretty well, not only in clearing mobs, but also in helping spreading the spores much easier. With Sarin's third ability right now that allows primary weapons to have that buff from Toxic Lash, we can easily spread the spores much faster with this beam weapon. So, if you haven't got yourself an Amprex yet, or just kept it on your folder, and just waiting for you to dust it off, now is the time to finally use it and have fun with it. So I have finished yet another build request from one of you guys. If you have a build request that you want your squad leader to create, then feel free to ask by writing it on the comment box below. Just remember that it may take some time before I come up with the build, but I will assure you that it's all worth it. Before you leave, please do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up, while if this is your first time watching my video, and would like to see more in the future, then you can join the Grinds team by simply subscribing to this channel. Just remember to activate the notification icon so you can receive daily Warframe updates from us. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.